A heated clash erupted live on GB News this morning, May 8, as commentator Alex Armstrong and former Labour advisor Scarlett McGuire locked horns in a fiery debate over government spending on asylum seekers. The segment quickly descended into chaos, with raised voices and accusations of ignorance flying across the studio. The dispute began when Armstrong argued that taxpayer money should prioritise British citizens, particularly victims of grooming gangs, rather than be used to support illegal migrants arriving by small boats. He was especially critical of the fact that, according to him, no compensation is currently being offered to victims of sexual exploitation, while £4 million per day is being spent on housing illegal arrivals. Why are we spending this money when rape victims are being denied compensation? He questioned. McGuire, clearly outraged, snapped back, "Are you stupid?" Before accusing Armstrong of constantly interrupting her. "Can you let me finish a sentence?" she shouted during the emotionally charged exchange. She defended the spending by explaining that the funds come from the UK's international aid budget, which, if not used domestically, would be redirected overseas. It would go to Africa, she claimed, but Armstrong wasn't convinced. Who funds international aid? It's our tax. That money should stay here, with British people benefiting first, he argued. The argument continued to spiral, with both guests raising their voices in an attempt to dominate the conversation, leaving host Stephen Dixon visibly struggling to regain control. The segment came just after Dixon highlighted what he called a complete disaster in government spending on hotel accommodation for asylum seekers. According to recent figures, the cost of housing migrants in the UK has skyrocketed. What was originally estimated to be £4.5 billion over 10 years has now ballooned to a projected £15.3 billion, according to the National Audit Office. This puts the average annual cost higher than what Labour plans to save by cutting the winter fuel allowance for pensioners. This live-on-air clash shines a spotlight on a wider national debate: how to balance humanitarian support with domestic priorities in an era of economic strain. While McGuire defended compassion and international responsibility, Armstrong championed prioritizing citizens at home, particularly those who feel left behind. With immigration and asylum continuing to be hot-button topics in British politics, it's clear these conversations aren't going away anytime soon.